Good evening, everyone. On the World Environment Day, 5th June, I would like to share my views on smart building and sustainable development. I am Akhil Gupta, advisor, consultant, and subject matter expert on smart buildings and integrated building management system. Here we are going to brief few points in the smart buildings, such as lighting, how to use the green lighting from the environment. Second one is your sound acoustics, how to make our buildings less noisy and better sound communication channel. And next one comes the thermal comfort, how to make our buildings responsive to the heat and cool as per the climate change and the environment. So smart buildings. Every building is made up of the windows, walls, roofs, and having connection to air, sound, and the temperature. So our windows, wall, and roofs, they are directly communicating and getting a connection to the our external environment, from where they are exchanging the air, noise, sound, and the heat, temperature, and coldness. Here we are talking about smart buildings. So when the terms comes the smart building, the first thing comes in our mind a building which are having electronic gadgets, sensors, your controllers, your PC, and they are connected to each other. So before making a building smarter, we have to create our city and the infrastructure smarter. So if we talk about the smart city is nothing but it is a connection and a group of smart buildings, those who are connected to each other. And in the using the smart infrastructure and number of buildings, they are connected to our smart cities, and smart cities are further connected to the smart buildings, and all the monitoring and controlling of the things communicate over the internet and the your workstation and the PC, personal computer. To do the smart things like operating light, air conditions, plants, chiller, and various building equipments, we use our mobile phones. So if it is the definition of the smart building, using and controlling the equipments using our mobile phones or desktop or computers. So somehow these definitions are correct for making a building internally smart. But on environment day, what else we can do to make our building smarter than these existing systems? But if we use our external agents to make our building smarter, we have to avail concepts and resources to make them intensively smart. So in the upcoming time, we are going to discuss 3 points: light, acoustic, and human comfort. How they are going to change our building and smarter. So in the light, the green source and the environment source of light is your sun. So when we talk about the sun is the infinite source of the light, and continuously it is giving a huge amount of the light and thousand levels of lux to our buildings. And inside the building, we require only 250 to 600 lux for our indoor lighting for doing our internal work. But instead of that also, we need a minimum amount of the energy in our daily work. Then why we have to switch on our lights in a daytime at school, colleges, office, banks, hospital, and retails? We have to keep the lights on in the daytime also to keep our work going on. The only effort we have to do is to bring the light inside in our buildings. The light is outside our building, natural light is there, and what we have to do in the making an environment or planet cleaner, we have to bring that light inside our buildings. So achieving that goal, what we have to do for designing the buildings and the equipments we have to use to keep in mind to for the environment. Achieving that goal, we have to orient our building in east to west direction facing. So what happens whenever the sun rise, it will give you the most of the light because your elevation and the facing of the building towards the east and west. And when the sun sets and moves to the west, it will give you the maximum light of your building. So this is the first design concept what we can use in our buildings to make our building smarter. Next one comes the openable facade and motorized curtain. So using motorized curtain and mm, openable facade, we can absorb the light from the surroundings, and we can control the light intensity. What is your adaptive light intensity? We can control using the openable facades. And the third one comes your solar light and the solar tubes that brings lights from the surrounding to the inside the buildings. So here are the pictures of the solar light tubes which absorbs the light from the surrounding and gives the light to our building and inside the premises. So they are not using any hi-fi technology and the concept. They are using just collecting the light using a convex lens and propagating and transferring the same light using a light tunnel to your basements area and office area. So you can see over here in this image, the light from the rooftop is transmitting from the your house term. But in that, your tunnel should be straight, because the straight tunnel will propagate a more intensity of the light. So if you can see in the second image, the intensity of the light from the roof to bottom is equal, and you can use the solar light without using any external source of the light. So these are the few solar tunnels or the solar lights we can use, and we can get the green certification, and we can use the green energy for the lighting, and we can save our buildings. Second thing comes the acoustic. What exactly the acoustic means? In our building, we are using many type of the partitions, acoustics, and the barricade in buildings to keep our building soundproof from the external and from internal to internal. So if we take the concept from the religious building such as temple, church, mosque, and the Gurudwara, they design in a way to propagate a sound wave without using microphone and the speaker. Also, we have to learn from the design of the musical instrument and the human ear canal, how to design the environment and the premises to propagate the sound in a very effective way and to avoid the noise from the external environment. So if we can see in this image, the roof is covered with a curved surface. So what happened? They are conceptualizing the concept from the flute. So as the sound propagation in the flute, a hollow stick from which we can generate a huge amount of the sound for the musical instrument, that we can use the same concept for the designing of our roofs in the areas, pathway, and the lobbies. So the design of the auditorium, multipurpose hall, and the amphitheater should be dome or a curve in the rooftop. So the maximum sound propagation can take place without any loss of the sound. To reflect back the sound to human ears level, and will cover most of the area and optimize microphone amplify and the speakers level. So using the curved and dome type of the shapes, we can optimize that thing. So let's have a look to a Greek theater 400 BC, and it was designed for 14,000 people for the in the audience. Needless to say that there was no microphone and speaker at that time. Everybody in the audience will be able to listen the actors play and the voice very clearly. In current scenario, we can't imagine the gathering of 100 people without microphone and the speaker. So if we learn from the design of the areas from the 4000 BC, how to design the areas and your meeting rooms, amphitheaters, auditorium to optimize and the propagation of the sound in a very optimized and efficient way, instead of making a flat surface or a flat walls, how we can enhance the quality of our design. So in this image also we can see the building is covered with a dome shaped. So the sound propagation from one end to another end is very highly propagated. So in the ancient times, they are not using microphone, amplifier, and speakers to propagate or address the public. So you can see in this image also the gathering, and without using microphone and all this thing, we can communicate to each and everyone in the audience. Next point comes the thermal comfort. So when we talk about the building thermal comfort, the 80% of the energy consumed by the building for chilling the building to make the building cooler as per the surroundings climate. So building facades play a very extensive role in this system. Building facades are nothing but as per our human clothings. So if we talk about the human clothings, so if we wear the same type of the cloth in summer, winter, or rainy season, Clothing changes as per our geographical climate and weather. Clothing for the desert will be the different from the snowing hill area. So if we can wear the same clothing for all the climate, the answer is big no. We are not using the same type of clothing in all the climates. Then why we are having the same type of the building in different geographical regions? If we talk about the ancient home designs, the house of the Kerala is different from the house of Jammu Kashmir, and the house of the Rajasthan will be different from the house of Mizoram, because the design of the house of the Kerala they designed for the rainy season, but in the Jammu Kashmir they designed for the snowfall. And the same thing happens for the Rajasthan. They designed the house for a very cool system, and they are very perforated walls and perforated windows they are using to cool the building and premises. But in the Mizoram, they are designing it for the hills, the snow areas. So every geographical area and the climate is different, and the house design and the building design differs from area to area, climate to climate. So as per our previous examples, common sense suggests that building design should be as per the climate, so that the in the hot climate building keeps us cool, and in cool climate building keeps us warm. In European countries where the temperature goes to minus 20 degrees Celsius, and they need as much as heat from the sun. We can feel the same thing when we parked our car in a sunlight for a time. When we come back to our car and enters in the car, we feel car works like a oven. It absorbs the entire heat from the sun and keeps our car inside warm. So using such type of the concept in the European countries, they are wrapping the entire building using a glass to absorb as much as heat they can absorb from the sun. But the blind myths are designing the same building in tropical country like India, where most of the cities are having high temperature of 30 degrees centigrade and more. Are we converting our buildings into oven, or and then we are installing our refrigerator and air conditioning to make them cool? If in India, a city like Jaipur or Delhi, Bangalore, Mumbai, Pune, where the temperature goes up to 30 degrees Celsius, there we are wrapping our entire building using glass facade, and we are not making it very perforated for the air ventilation and any type of the natural communication to the environment. In that case, our entire building works like a oven. After designing such type of the facade, people are installing chillers, refrigerator, AC, outdoor units to make our building cool. And that's why the huge amount of the energy consumption required for the cooling of that particular building. If we take an example of a building like Taj Mahal and the Golden Amritsar Temple, they are very responsive to the surrounding climates. These buildings behaves cool in summer as compared to other buildings, because the design of that buildings responds to the surrounding climate. So if we can see in this image, the entire outer surface is of white color, and behind we are having a water reservoir. The water is flowing from behind the Taj. So using such type of the factors like water and the selection of the stone and the color of the stone makes your building temperature heats and cool as and responds to the climate. So color of the stone and external wall and water body plays a very big role in that to respond to the summer. As we all know, the white color is a reflective of heat as compared to dark color stone, and it makes building cool in summer. Same goes for the water. Water is a very good heat transmitter and works like a coolant in our surroundings and the temperature of the building. For example, if we drop a hot stone in the water and then picks up after some time, we will feel the stone is cooler than earlier, because that sucks the heat from the stone and makes it cool. Even if we can see the same idea works for the Golden Temple Amritsar, the entire premises is surrounded by the water, and the water is a very good absorber of the heat and it cools the entire premises. So on the occasion of the Environment Day, the idea behind to discuss all these points is not to go back in the past, but to use the wisdom and the learnings and the concepts from our ancient times. 100 years of the research and the wisdom we have to apply in modern context in a cutting edge manner. From someone's great word, first we create our buildings, then buildings creates us. So we have to make our building smarter and to keep us well. 80% of our life we spend inside the building. Then that's why we have to design our building in a very scientific approach for them. So on this day of World Environment Day, we should pledge to think for our environment before designing our buildings and homes for a sustainable and a green future. Thank you for watching this, and let's move together for a green future. Please like, comment, and share your views for this video. Subscribe this channel to get more videos on the latest smart building technology. Thank you. Jai Hind. Have a good day.